How's it going, ScrubGamers? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. This time we're going is a deck profile for the OG Bojack lead. So as you know, in set 13, well, if you've been keeping up on anything anyway, set 13 has brought us a new Bojack leader, a new Bojack archetype. This time in blue instead of yellow. And from a look, I personally don't like blue. I'm not a fan of the color. I don't like the color blue in the game. It's not enjoyable for me. But then I did remember that they had the old Bojack leader and tried to see if any of the new stuff would work quite well with the old leader. And after a bit of testing, to my surprise as well, the new stuff helps out the old leaders a little bit. And I've come up with a list and been testing it out, and it's worked well so far. So I thought I'd go ahead and share it on the channel. So we'll go over the deck list, we'll go over the leader, and we'll go over the bits, and go over some turn plays and interactions that the deck has. So we've got the old OG Bojack leader. So he's everybody knows him. Some people regard him as probably the worst leader in the game because he has nothing when he does nothing when he awakens. So he's got on both sides 2 autos. Both the similar autos. So with the front side, it's got the auto of once per turn, when a Bojack card is played in your battle area, draw 1 card, and this card gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. So this is pretty good in the fact that you don't have to attack to draw, but it doesn't mean you have to actually play a Bojack Brigade, but that's easy enough. There's a lot of 1-drop, so even as the arrival as well. And also getting the 5k power, we now have this Pujin here, which is a negate that you can play on your opponent's turn. So if you're not awakened, so if you don't see the anniversary card, which we'll cover in a bit, to help you awaken turn 2, then that's at least handy to give yourself a 5k boost on your opponent's turn if they awaken their leader early. And then it's got another niche auto, which of when you combo with one of your cards during your turn, if your combo area has 2 or more Bojack cards that you comboed with from the battle area, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. And if you KO the card, you get your skill for the duration of the turn. So it's got a nice potential for wiping something in rest mode. That comes up sometimes when you combo off like the 1-drops. Or even your rivals, but it doesn't. It's nice, but you don't do it that often. And as to always awaken, it's just when your life is 4 less flips over, so it has nothing when it awakens, which is one thing people were annoyed about. That people that love Bojack, because it's the worst awakening in the game. But luckily we had an anniversary card which helps dispute that, which helps correct that, which we'll go over in a bit. Then on the front side, as I said, the autos are basically the same, but it has got now a permanent where you can combo with Bojack Brigade cards in rest mode in your battle area. This is really good, this is really helpful, and it allows for something interesting, which we'll go in a bit, because this deck can be very defensive. And it's got the same auto when your opponents, as the thing about the drawing, where you play a Bojack card, draw 1, but instead you don't get the 5k on this turn, on this side. And then the same thing with the auto or the other side, the second auto on this side. So as you can see, it's really nice in the fact that one of the benefits that has gone for the meta at the moment is the fact that you don't have to attack to basically draw a card. So if your opponent's going to rely on you swinging, you don't have to worry about that. And also this can easily awaken on turn 2 as well because of a card we've got, which we'll go over. But yeah, it's nice that you don't have to attack to draw, and that you gain advantage on both sides by just playing stuff. And also you can get a draw 2 with some of the 1-drops as well as we got. So going into the deck, we've got it's a yellow-blue list with 4 my colours, a whole lot of yellow, standard Pujin for yellow, and some new blue cards. So we'll go over the multi-colours first to go over. So the best of the multi-colours is this one, the Bojack, which has got a lot of hype now, which in Mecha Freezer, and the Kid Gohan list, because of the fact that you can rival in for 1. 7-drop is a 7-drop blue green 20k with Barrier unique. So unique means you can only control one, and Barrier means your opponent can't choose it with skills. Energy source, but it doesn't matter. It just means that if you charge it, it comes in rest. It's got Aegis, which is an old skill. That's really good, but at the time it wasn't that handy. But with this being an arrival card as well, is made it a lot better. I really liked this when it came out, but then I couldn't think of anything well to run it with, because at the time yellow wasn't. I don't like blue, and yellow wasn't that helpful. And most of the time with blue yellow, it's you only for mainly blue decks than yellow blue decks. So this basically means that during your defensive step, you can discard a yellow and blue card, or one card that is both yellow and blue, to untap your energy, untap 2 energy, so any 2 energy at all. And it's got a rival blue yellow, which means it's similar thing, where when you rival is if you have a yellow and blue card, or a card that's both yellow and blue in your combo area, you can pay 1 to play it from your hand onto the field. And it's got an auto of when this card activates Aegis, you draw skill, you draw a card. So this makes it so you get a free, essentially, untap 2, because you just discard a dual colour, untap 2, and then draw a card to replace that card then. So you've just literally lost really nothing in your hand to untap 2 energy defensively, which is really handy. And given that you've got some negates and stuff in here, it's really helpful as well. But this is the best one. And one good thing with this that I've had fun testing is defensively you can trigger Aegis more multiple times really, because you can say your opponent attacks the leader. This is in rest mode, and your opponent attacks the leader. You can instead of go in a lot on your leader, say like 30k, you can use Bojack's effect, discard a multicolor to trigger its Aegis to draw untap 2 and draw 1. And then combo this off, arrival on another Bojack with using the 2 energy you have, and then we'll say that it's 20k instead of 30k, and then rival never one of this, and then you can discard never dual multicolors, trigger rival again, then tap 2 more energy and draw never card, just to cycle through your deck quicker and get that essentially free combo power. And same thing with you can do the same thing with this one as well, where you can combo this off and then have a rival to play either the Ever Bojack or another copy of this as well. And this is the Ever Bojack, the Ever rival card we play, which is Bojack Resin Agent of Destruction. So this is the one from the expansion pack when we first got the multicolour stuff. It's a blocker, same arrival as Bojack for 1 yellow, rival blue yellow for 1 yellow. Energy exhaust as well, and it's also got an auto of when you play it, you can choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards that switches to rest mode, and then place the top card of your opponent's deck in the drop area. So this is handy to trigger your Bergamo here and your Pujin during your opponent's turn, and with Aegis you can get yourself enough energy to trigger it on your opponent's turn. And being a blocker is nice because you can block, and then is able, when it's after you've comboed, if it survives, you can then, if you have energy, combo off in rest mode when your opponent's awakened, when your leader's awakened, for a 10k combo. And then super combo choice is a Masu, one to go well with the Pujin and the Bergamo to help attack your opponents down and play those for cheaper, play those easier, and just to help with aggro by your opponent attacks. And because normally one thing with yellow decks is people have the conundrum where if they attack with leader, they get Nimbus, and they only got one more attack with battle cards and unisons. Well, one more attack with battle cards per turn. But if they attack with a battle card, they've got the issue if they swing is to get some. If the Zamasu comes down on the combo, it taps on the leader, so they didn't get a swing with that. But we're not playing Nimbus because we got this Pujin, which is easier, and mostly you want a rival rather than negate. And this color combination helps against aggro, things like that. And then the last dual card we got is Irene. We got this one, Irene and Awamo, Universe 1, Destroyer and Angel. So this is the check land of choice for this deck, because you do want to charge blue, but you only need 1 blue energy really for the deck. That's more to use things like Bean, because most of the time with the Pujin, because mostly the one drops you're going to play off the the Arrival of Space Pirates. But this is got an energy exhaust, and it's got a permanent no, where when placing this card in your energy from any area, you can use a blue and a yellow card in your drop area and place them in your warp if you do negate this card's energy exhaust skill. So this is handy, like, because not turn 1 and 2, you normally want to charge a yellow, so you can play your Arrival of Space. Like, so turn 1 you can either play Arrival of Space Pirates or this Space Pirate Beetle here to help you search for your Bojack, Galaxy Disruptor and get the draw. And on the second turn you want to play Arrival of Space Pirates, so you can get bringing this Beetle there to draw 2, then swing, combo them both off in your after you awaken with the Disruptor, combo them both off on your battle area to 1 KO Sunken Rest if they got Sunken Rest if they attack with Sonic on the first turn, and Arrival in your Bojack. And then have them both in your drop ready for this turn 3. So you have your blue energy in your blue energy for the turn then on turn 3. And it's got a kind of useful activate main of for 1 blue and 1 yellow. You can choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards placed at the bottom of your opponent's deck, and then at the start of your opponent's next main phase, choose up to 2 energy and switch to the active modes. This could be handy in situations where if you need to remove a blocker to go for game, or your opponent's got something that doesn't have barrier on the field that you want to get rid of that's annoying. You can turn 4 you can play this and then tap the other 2 if you've got the ever blue charge as well. Or if turn 4 you charge the blue card for energy, to then just bottom deck so you can just have your energy back up again. And also it's just these are all targets for Bojack's Aegis as well. So if you don't need the super combo, or you don't need any of the other ones, even got multiple copies of Bojack, you can use them for Aegis as well. The next card we got is Herald Space Pirate. So this is the 1-drop like searcher, like searcher from the deck to field for the deck. So it's activate main of for 1 energy. They choose it to 1 Bojack Brigade card with energy cost of 2 or less from your deck and play it in rest mode and shuffle your deck. Now it doesn't matter if it comes in rest mode, because if your opponent attacks it and look at attacking your leader, that means you can give your energy up for the big play. And because you want to stay at 5 until you get the turn 4 really, which we'll go over in a bit. But this is nice to basically just search from your deck for any of the 1-drops to play. So mainly you're going to either go for one of the Beedos. You either got the Space Pirate Beedo here, which searches 1 and then triggers your leader to draw 1, or you got this Beedo here, the blue one, which goes with your leader to draw 2 then, and has a secondary effect as well. It's just nice and because you can combo in rest mode, it doesn't matter if your opponent attacking that, they're just diverting attacks away from you, which is good. But it's played at 4 because you want to have it, because it gives you access from deck to deck fin, so to kind of see what you want to see. And then for your turn 2, the big thing you want to search for and have turn 2, or even sometimes what you want to do is try and open with this mulligan for this, is Bojack the Disruptor. This is the card we got in the expansion pack. Not expansion pack, the anniversary box. The last one just gone. Gave Bojack some good support, and this is one that allows you to awaken early and actually give your leader, in a sense, some sort of awakening. Because it's got 2 activate mains, both useful. First one is the activate main. If you have 2 or more Bojack Brigade cards in play in your battle area, you can play it for your hand for free, and you can't play copies of itself for the turn. So this is how you go into your big play, this card. So normally you have 1 for turn 2 to awaken, and you want to grab another out of the 4 you play to have on turn 4 to go into your big Bojack play. And then we've got the ever activate main, which is if your leader card is yellow Bojack on its front side, and you have 2 or more energy, and you discard this card from your hand, you can flip your leader over to its backside and draw 2 cards. This is good for turn 2 because it gives you quite a bit of draw power, quite a lot of draw for your awaken on turn 2. Because what you're going to do is charge a second yellow, you're going to play either a Beedo or Arrival Space Pirates to get one of the Beedos to the field to get either the search or draw, and then draw from your leader. And normally you want to go for Beedo either turn 1 or turn 2, so you can try and search for this, because there's search for a Bojack on the top 5. And it's the reason why you play 4, because you want to see it in turn 2. And then basically you'll discard this card from your hand to flip your leader over and draw 2 cards, and then now your leader's on its backside. If you play a Bojack again, that turn, then you can draw another card. And if you play, and also it still has the 5k from the front side that it passes over. So on your turn 2, you're gonna have a 20k swing with the leader. Now, a lot of time, what I do is turn 1. Well, I'll go on in a bit, but this is just what you want to mulligan for to help you make sure you awaken turn 2 to Yeah, to be 15k to help against your opponents Unwakened. Then we got onto the 1-drops. So we got the only 1-drop yellow one that's I felt was decent from the old stuff is Space Pirate Beedo. It's got a permanent which is basically unique, which means you can only have one in play in your battle area. And it's got the auto that is useful, which is when you play this card, if your leader card is a Bojack Brigade card, look up to 5 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 Bojack Brigade card among them and add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. And this is better than we play 1 copy of the Goku, I think it's called. That one's more restrictive because it was mainly made for the new Bojack, where it looks a 3 cost or less Bojack or a blue unison. But this one looks at anyone, so this is the preferred choice. That's why we have maxed out of these, because this can grab any Bojack Brigade cards. And it's got the activate main, which can become useful, which is place this card in its drop area and choose up to 5. Then choose 5 Bojack Brigade cards for entry cost of 2 or less in your drop area, and shuffle the chosen cards back in your deck. So this is a way to help you make sure you don't deck out if you go against mill or if you use a lot of stuff. Then we got the next one, the next Beedo, which is Beedo the Cruel, the one from the new set. It's a cantrip, so it's 1-drop, 4k. Also, when this card is played, draw 1. So with your leader, you're drawing 2 when you play this. And then it's got an active battle once per turn for 1 energy. This card gets 11,000 power and double strike until the start of your next main phase. So this is really good for apply good pressure. Like this is helpful for against when your opponent has a unison down. You can, for 1, play this, draw 2, draw 1 for this, and draw 1 for your leader. This week your leader trigger the effect to make it 15k double strike at a unison. And swing your leader just to help deal with your opponent's unisons easily enough. And then after you've done that as well, you can then combo it off in rest mode with your leader if you want to, and it'll be 15k during your opponent's turn, meaning they just can easily run over it with like a 5k. Then we have Pujin the Commando. This is a counter attack. If your leader card is a Bojack Brigade card, you get the attack player's card. If you activate this card's counter attack skill from your energy, place the top card of your deck in your energy in rest mode. So, a really good thing is this is just a 1-drop negate like Roshi and stuff from Videl from every colours and sets, where it's just a 1-drop battle card negate. And the good thing about this, because it's your opponent's, because your leader's first auto isn't on like a turn specific, like if it's got to be on your turn and your opponent's turn. If you negate with this on attack and play it, then you get a draw from your lead to draw a card. So it replaces itself. It's a negate that replaces itself in this deck, which is handy. And it's got a permanent as well, where you can activate this card's counter skill from your energy by paying its energy cost and choosing 1 card in your hand and discarding it. So you can potentially still just charge this. If you need to charge a blue, so you didn't see that I1 and you need to charge blue, you can charge this. And then you can have it later as a negate from your energy, and you won't have to worry about losing the energy because it replaces itself with the top card of your deck. And since the card from your energy, since the card that it replaces itself comes in rest mode, it doesn't matter if it hits a dual colour, because then it's becoming in rest anymore anyway, and then you'll have a dual colour in your energy then ready for anything else. And the last 1-drop we got is Goku the Calamity. As I said, this is basically a never copy of Beedo, but we play it as 1 because Beedo the Cruel is a lot better to have, because this only looks at the top 3 for a Bojack. It looks at top 5 as well for a Bojack, but it only looks at the cost of 3, which means it doesn't hit any of your dual colour ones, but hits the rest of it. And it's better to basically hit the dual colour ones to help give you just a 1 card discard for the Aegis on the 7-drop. And it does also have a useful activate battle as well, which is once per turn for 1 energy. It's like the Beedo, but instead of getting double strike, it gains crit. And we've got the Goku in here instead of just 4 Bujin, because of the fact that sometimes the search could come in more handy than having a negate. So we've got that's why we've got a 3-1. This 3 is enough to have seed and negate, because this deck has a lot of draw power. Then we got the big play, the big bad play of the deck, which is Bojack the Plunderer. So if you went around when this came out in set 6, is 8-drop Bojack the Plunderer. You've been not be paying for 8. You can be paying for 8 EX of all, which is for 4 energy, being 4 yellow and 1 of any other colour. on a Bojack with energy cost of 3, and that's why we play a full playset of the Bojack Galactic Disruptor, because you use 1 copy for Awakening, and the other 3 copies are there for turn 4, the free play, so you can play this for 4 energy. And the reason why I said you want to keep up to 5 energy at least is because of the first auto, which is when you play this card, if you have 4 or more life, you can choose all your opponent's cards, switch to the rest modes. This is all their cards. This is Unison's, Energy, Fill cards, Leader, blah blah blah, all their cards, unless they've got Barrier, which only results in now Fill cards and Battle cards. And it's got the other auto, which is really handy, which is what it's going to help you turn the advantage way in your favour, is because of the fact it says when your opponent switches one of their cards to rest mode to active mode, if your leader card is a Bojack Brigade card and your opponent chooses 1 card in hand that sets the warp, so it means at the start of your opponent's turn, they're going to warp as many cards, they trick on each one, so for each card they untap, they'll warp a card from their hand, so they're going to, unless they get rid of this during your attacks, which you're normally going to try and save this for last, they're going to lose a lot of cards in hand. And if they can't get rid of this, it's going to keep doing it every turn unless they don't want to attack. And then it's got kind of useful to help end games is the activate main once per turn. Choose 1 Bojack Brigade card in your battle area and place it in its own drop area. This card gains dual attack for the duration of the turn. So you can send off one of the arrival cards if you want to just give it dual attack, or 1 drop if you've got it on the board after attacking, or bring out from arrival the Space Pirates to give it double strike, dual attack. Sorry. Then next, now we've got the rest of the cards that are not Bojack Brigade. We've got first ammo versus roar. This is to help keep you, kind of tap your opponents down to limit the things your opponent can do. It's easy enough to pull off because the arrival Bojack, and also with things like power of the Super Saiyan, which we're going to go over in a bit, and Zamasu as well, because it's got a auto of 1 yin and 1 of any colour. When one of your opponent's cards is switched to rest mode by one of your skills, you can play it from your hand. So you're normally going to do this like say if you use your Bojack's Aegis, untap 2, and then combo with a Zamasu, taps like one of your opponent's battle cards down or leader card. You can then tap those 2 you just paid for the just untap from Aegis to play this card, tap down 2 of your opponent's cards, because the next autos if your leader card is yellow or Universe 9 card. When you play this card, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards and or energy, nor barriers, switch them to rest mode. So yeah, that's we play 3 copy of this because it can be useful really easily with the Bojack. And the Bojack is easily searchable, and with the draw power in the deck, you're most likely to see by turn 2 the Violent Predator, the 7 drop. You're going to try and mulligan for it. Then you have Pujin, which is a barrier unique 3 drop black card. First auto is if your leader card is yellow, when an opponent's card is switched to rest mode by one of your skills, you play this card from your hand. So similar to Bergamo plays it, you can play it after your opponent switches to rest mode, but then you play this one for free instead of playing it 2. Then it has the hand, because being barrier, it means that it's harder to interact with, meaning he's going to, once it comes down, it's going to stick unless they've got something to go through barrier to remove it. Or they can attack, or unless they've got a way to attack battle cards in active mode, because you're never going to be swinging this. And the second auto, which is really handy, is once per turn when your opponent activates a battle card by a skill, using a skill or activates a counter skill, you can choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and switch to rest mode. So this is handy to help another way, if you get this out first, to trigger Bergamo, to drop Bergamo. So Bergamo can trigger Pujin, the Pujin can trigger Bergamo, which is really handy. This is handy for when you're attacking your opponent, if they activate counters, you can rest them more of their stuff. It's especially helpful when you go to Big Bojack. Or if your opponent plays anything on their turn, like a rival, you can go, okay, if it doesn't have barrier, tap it down. So it makes it so there's less aggression. Then we play 4 Bean, because we're playing blue and it helps 1 be defensive and 2 give you more energy during your turn for when you're attacking. Because it's an activate battle, choose it to one of your cards. It gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. That can be battle card, unison, leader card, and then you choose up to 2 of your energy and switch it to active mode. It's really handy. And then the last card, one of the S's from the new set, is the Power of a Super Saiyan. Now this is a really good card For one, it's your only non-battle card negate, which helps against Invoker when they drop VS. This is a counter attack negate attack, but it's also got a permanent of it's got a permanent active battle, and the permanent first is if you have one or more yellow energy, mono yellow energy in active mode, you can activate this card activate battle skill from your hand without paying its energy cost. And that's easy to trigger because of Arrival, because since, as I said, you're going to be charging yellow, at least yellow for the first 2 turns, then a blue or dual colour for the 3rd turn. Then the rest of that, after that, it doesn't matter. When you activate Aegis, you untap 2 energy, and it could be any 2 energy, so you can choose 1 mono yellow and 1 of your any other colours, and then because you're in defensive step, you then have the time to activate the activate battle, which is if your leader card is mono yellow, which Bojack is, you draw a card, so it instantly replaces itself and it's been played for free. You then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards or unison cards and switch to rest mode. You can't activate battle card skills on copies of this card for a turn. So this is really this is basically with the after Aegis, or even if you leave energy up, a free way for you to trigger both Bergamo and Pujin in this deck, because all you need is 1 mono yellow energy left untapped, or even, as I said, after you use Aegis, have a mono yellow untapped, so you can trigger this for free. And this even taps down unisons or battle cards, meaning that is a way to tap down your opponent in a turn. With this and Zamasu, if they tap the battle card, you can Aegis, then the trigger off of Bojack. Then you play this for free, replacing itself by drawing a card, tap down your opponent's unison, which then allow you to play Pujin or Bergamo, and then you can still combo Zamasu, tap down a leader, and just have a lot of control and play it free, because in Invoker they can use their leader's effect twice, rip out a negate from your hand, so at least that way if you have all 3, you've got at least 1 left against VS, because that's the only issue with that matchup is VS, not the burn, because you can easily defend. And it's just a really good card, and it's free as well, and helps mitigate aggro by tapping things down, or if your opponent goes wide, helps control that. And it's also an extra way to trigger, as I said, Bergamo Pujin. That's the deck. I haven't gone over to a side deck yet, because since it's set for a teen, I'm not really looking on side decks. I'm focusing, sorting out the main, reading when we get it, and then once we see what the meta's like, then I can work on a side deck for that. But that's it. This is the OG Bojack list. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you like. If you like Bojack, you can give it a try. It's really fun, and it is a nice way to play the leader without it really sucking because of it not getting that much support and being restricted by its old stuff. And and by not having an awaken, which luckily this card here helps make better. But thank you for watching. Give a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to keep updated with my more videos like this, more deck profiles, gameplay videos and stuff. I might try and get some gameplay up with this at some point as well. And also comment if I've missed anything, got anything wrong, or is there anything you want to see, or any questions you have about the list. And I'll answer them as best I can. But for now, once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now. Oop, that's the wrong thing.